Welcome back to Poetry and Police. Yes, to all my loyal subscribers, big up on yourself. All the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, big up on yourself. Members of the JDF, big up on yourself. Because you guys play a vital role in assisting the police on a daily basis. I can remember back in the days when the JDF was JDF. Back in the days when JDF used to come to Seaview Gardens and we used to run the foot patrol. And I can tell you these people that when I was doing foot patrol in the Seaview Gardens area, because foot patrol was one of the most effective patrols that help to quell the crime in the Seaview Gardens area. And we call it direct policing. You understand me? Upfront policing that works. Because everybody knows foot patrol is one of the most effective patrols in policing. And those days, they would send police officers to Seaview Gardens from Mobile Reserve. And sometimes they would send the JDF. And I am telling you these people that the JDF members that used to come to Seaview Gardens back in those days were the best JDF soldiers. And those men would walk with me to hell. Those men have to always say that Jesus, they have never done a foot patrol with a police who love walk so. And I had the respect of these JDF members, and they used to love to work with me. And I enjoyed working with JDF members. And every JDF member that I have come across as a policeman doing mobile patrol, foot patrol, even when I was a detective and working with JDF, they were good JDF officers. I have nothing to claim about, and we had a good relationship. But the reason why I'm saying this, people, is because I did a video about the crime stats. And a person, I don't know if this person is a subscriber or not, but he's alleging that I hate soldiers because he claims I did not like Anderson's style of policing. I am going to speak this plain and straight. I love the JDF, but number one, I don't see the necessity of a JDF member being commissioner of police. I mean, embarrassing the Jamaica Constabulary Force is one, but putting a JDF member as commissioner is worse embarrassment. You see, the first time we did that, we did that with Macmillan, and Macmillan destroyed the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Macmillan was the negative spin in the Jamaica Constabulary Force that saw murders and all type of crime increase, because Macmillan was a complete idiot. Macmillan never understood policing. Understand? And first thing that Macmillan did was come and remove men like Bigger Ford and certain people off our front line. Understand? Macmillan was a complete disaster when it comes to crime and violence, when it comes to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And any knowledgeable citizen or police know these things. No, I am not saying Anderson is the same thing. Anderson actually tried. But did Anderson actually understood policing? That's the question, You see, Anderson was a puppet on a string. Anderson was being used to promote the Jamaica Constabulary Force in a different light, not as stern crime fighters, but as a police force, more so like a community relation based police department. That is how Anderson was promoting the police department. I will give this to Anderson. If it was not for Anderson, the uniform of the Jamaica Constabulary Force would not be what it is right now. Because I can remember the denims were nothing short of shame and disgrace. And police officers in my day, I can remember even at Huntsby, police officers to wear denims that actually look good, they had to purchase it on their own to actually look like Smadia Street. Because the department did not have proper tactical gears. The only department that had good gears was, like, you remember back when it was anti-crime. Anti-crime had good gears. But most police officers out there, even mobile reserve, the uniform was nothing short of a shame and disgrace. That foolish blue denim. And I think Anderson came and changed all of that. The uniform now looks, I must congratulate him on that. The uniform looks good. And Anderson also accelerated a change where we had better equipments coming in through Anderson. Better gears for police officers, and more units were formed that are effective. Me not lie. Because Anderson was giving everything that he want. But at the same time, was Anderson a police? I mean, did Anderson did the thing himself personally that a police is expected to do? I don't believe that. Anderson was like a model for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. It was like they were using Anderson to change the face of the Jamaican Constabulary Force, because they believe that people want to see a soft kind of policing, a model type of policing, a 666 kind of policing. That was Anderson's type of policing. Now, is Blake that type of commissioner? No, Blake is a police, and he's a police type of commissioner, so Blake's approach to crime is different. And this was the type of police where you look at image. It was all about image for Anderson. Blake is not all about image. Blake is really root policing, going back to real policing. And that is where the new commissioner of police is taking the Jamaica Constabulary Force back to the root of policing. Back to the foot patrol days. Back to the rat patrol days. Back to the dovetail patrol days. Back to the days where patrol really makes sense. I am grateful to Anderson for his efforts. I am not saying the man was a bad man. And I do not hate Anderson. And neither do I hate members of the Jamaica Defense Force. So when a man is going to come on my channel and talk about I hate soldiers and Anderson was the best. Anderson was which best? From my indication, it would appear that you are a soldier. You are a member of the JDF. My brethren, let me tell you this. Viewers and subscribers, I'm going to say this plain and straight. These politicians in Jamaica, they do not choose a commissioner of police because they want reductions in crime. They choose a commissioner of police that they can control, that they can spin around and do whatever they want to do with them. Because the government of Jamaica wants to create a police department that the people will see as soft, a police department where people are comfortable. I am not saying that the people must not be comfortable with the police, but criminals must not never be comfortable with the police around. Criminals must be uncomfortable. Criminals must see a police patrol and scared to go out, but not decent, law-abiding citizens. I was speaking to a police officer some time ago. As a matter of fact, we were trained together, and he was at Mobile Reserve, and I was a detective. And both of us had the same years in the police department, but our experiences were different. He was at CMU, and he was at Mobile Reserve. And his knowledge of the profession is not so vast like mine, because his experience in crime is not so vast as mine's. His style of policing is different. And I don't believe that he understood the magnitude of how to police in Jamaica. No, he was saying that he loves Anderson's style of policing, and that in comparison to Anderson's policing and Blake policing, this is what he says. He says that during Anderson's policing, police officers were shooting less people. That is what he said. And that police could not operate how they wanted to operate when Anderson was commissioner of police. Now, he says that police officers now, we are doing more fatal shootings now under Blake's rule. And that he was also alleging that police officers are free to do whatever they feel like do now. Let me tell you something, people of Jamaica. A police commissioner is not here to prevent the men from doing their jobs. A police commissioner is not here to really tell the police how to solve crime in their various police areas. No, a police commissioner, he dictates, yes. He tells how he wants his policing to be done, yes, and what he desires. But the police on the ground have to make the decision at all times what actions to be taken in any given situation. A detective in an area understands the crime in his area. He knows the criminals that are doing the crime, and it comes down to him to decide what to do with these criminals. How do I deal with these criminals? What type of policing should I use to get rid of these criminals out of the community? And he was saying that under Anderson's rule, that he controls all the police, that he dictates what you do in every situation possible. But with Blake allow police officers to do what they feel is best. Which commissioner you think will work better? Remember, the commissioner sits in our office, he delegates, of course. But at the same time, he cannot control how a detective investigates his case. He cannot control what goes on out there on a patrol. You have to remember, people, that when an incident happens on the street, a shootout takes seconds to happen, people. And most of these people who are making the rules and regulations in the Jamaica Constabulary Force has never been in a shootout yet. They have been in multiple shootouts, if not more than 100. So I can tell you what goes on in a shootout. A shootout happened within a few seconds, and more shootouts in Jamaica between gunmen and police are close range. A close range shootout, me I tell you about, people. And long range shootout, more shootout between gunmen and police are close range. It's like you pull up on a boy, see a boy ride, especially bicycle men. Hawks always tell me, Mr. Blake, do not trust a man on a bike or a bicycle. And let me tell you something, everything we Hawks say are gospel. Because it happens all the time. You pull up, you see a boy ride a bicycle, and you pull up and you say, police don't move. You see, still a move. Once you say police don't move to a boy and him still a move, you know what that means? Him have gun. Him have gun once a police roll up on a boy and say, police don't move, and him still a walk or him still a ride a bicycle. Him have gun. And once you pursue him, let me tell you something, people. The next thing you're going to see is him a jump off of the bicycle and him a fire gunshot with him back. Turn for you. And everything happens so fast in a shootout. Now, when you're a police officer out there on the street, you decide whether you live or die. I have been shot twice in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Alright? So, may I tell you this, people, and I know what gunshot feels like. You have a lot of police officers who do not know what gunshot feel like. I know Commissioner Anderson never know what gunshot feel like. And even Commissioner Blake still don't know what gunshot feel like. You see, any day we have a commissioner of police who know what gunshot feel like, what's going to happen. But you see the thing about it, the difference between Blake and Anderson is that Blake knows police more than Anderson and know what it feels like to be a police. You understand me, people? Anderson was chosen to be a commissioner of police, not serving as a policeman, not been through the rank and file, not been through the suffering like what police have been through on the streets. So Anderson will come with a different type of policing. Anderson police was not personal. It was advertisement. Blake's policing is more personal because he has been a police all his life. That's the difference between Anderson and Blake. So therefore, Blake will get better result any day than Anderson. Because Blake a police, Anderson a soldier. And at the end of the day, no matter where you take it, Anderson a soldier. So when a man go come and talk about I hate soldiers because I never like Anderson style of commission, I never speak anything positive against Anderson, you must listen some more because I have. I am a type of person like this. I split justice. And what I talk, what I see, and my opinions are always honest, and I don't take sides. I'm always a neutral person. The only side we depend on the side of law and order in Jamaica, and I'm always on the side of the police. Only when me see them at the foolishness, me not take them side. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. Understand? Now, like I was saying, that the commissioner of police cannot control what a policeman do out there on the street when he's working. His life is in danger. So therefore, he is the one that has to act. The thing is about it, the Blake is setting up a better police force than what Anderson was setting up. Blake is setting up a police force where the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are defended. And the moral of the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force right now is far better than when Anderson was Commissioner of Police. So who would you choose as Commissioner of Police any day? No more Blake. And I will say this, people. I will say this to you. I will say this to the Jamaican citizens. And I'll say this to serving members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. My loyal viewers and subscribers, I will say this, and I will say this without no apology any day. A soldier must never be Commissioner of Police. You can't have so much senior officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force and choose a soldier for Commissioner of Police. It was wrong with Macmillan days, and it is still wrong in Anderson days. And it's not a matter of accepting. It's a matter of the thing is wrong. So you are going to tell the Jamaican people that you have no confidence in senior officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force to be Commissioner of Police. That none of the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are capable then, are qualified to be Commissioner of Police. The question that I will ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, since you are one of the Prime Ministers who have disrespected the Jamaica Constabulary Force by throwing a soldier as Commissioner of Police, let me ask you a question. Would you ever throw a police officer to be in charge of the JDF? You're trying to tell the Jamaican people that soldiers are much smarter than police officers. That is what you're trying to say. And the people of Jamaica are so blind sometimes, and they're not realizing what is going on. You need to observe what was going on with Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness was gravitating more to soldiers than police. Andrew Holness was moving as if he wants to turn Jamaica into a JDF country and not a JCF country. Andrew Holness was operating as if he wanted to run a dictatorship in Jamaica. Because only dictators, think soldiers. Only dictators allow soldiers, give soldiers so much power in our country. I'm going to tell you that Jamaica don't even have a war fight. As far as I'm concerned right now, they need to just scrap the JDF and turn everybody in a JCF. Turn the JDF in our police force and done. That is what, as far as I'm concerned. We have war fight with nobody. We don't have no war fight with nobody. Scrap the JDF and turn them in a police. Because right now, what you see is happening. Jamaican people, what is happening with the JDF now? Apart from sitting down at camp, not doing anything most of the time, and eating food and getting pay. What are they doing most of the time? Luckily, they are assisting the police. And they are doing a good job too. So just turn them in a police and then train them some more and make them understand law and police procedures. And turn them in a police, because we don't need an army. All you need to have the JDFs most of them at a tactical unit. So the tactical unit for the Jamaica Constabulary Force who could represent the country as soldiers same way. We don't need a JDF in Jamaica. May I tell you that? We don't need that. We need a strong police department in Jamaica because right now we are using the soldiers like police officers. We are using the Jamaica Defence Force as police. So why not just turn them into police and done? And like I said, people, no apologies. No apologies. A soldier will never be a police unless he's trained to be a police. You can't just take up a soldier and tell me a commissioner of police like that. Managing the JDF is different from managing the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And the Prime Minister in Jamaica just embarrassed the whole Jamaica Constabulary Force like they did back in the day with Macmillan by telling the Jamaican people that there's nobody fit enough in the police department to be Commissioner of Police. So now, this is what these people are doing now, people. Now that Blake has, now that we are back in the seat that we should be, we are back around the steering that we should be, we are back on the path that we should be as a Jamaica, as a police department, where we finally have a real Commissioner of Police, and that we finally have a decrease in crime. Most of these people who believed in Anderson and believe in the Andrew Holness party, or PNP party, or what seemed to be their resolve, are speaking negativities now, because they still wanted the type of leadership that the JDF commissioner was handing down. That's the type of policing that they believe in. But who should you believe, people of Jamaica? Who should you take this thing from? All people always say, shark, come from sea and tell you say the whole of the fish them dead out there, you should believe. Let me tell you something, people. Who should you believe in when it comes to crime and violence in Jamaica? Police. Who should you believe to be the Commissioner of Police? A police, not a soldier. We all know that when soldiers come out the street with police, a police in charge of them. We all know that most soldiers out there do not understand not even crime and violence. They do not understand crime. Soldiers don't arrest because they do not understand the law. They were not trained to understand the law. Police procedures is different from how soldiers operate. So why would you choose a soldier to be Commissioner of Police? Well, you want to turn the JCF into JDF? And I would think that was even being considered by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, because it was rumored that they even wanted to change the name of the police department. Police services. Why? You see, that type of policing, people, that type of policing that was being implemented by Andrew Holness and his Commissioner of Police was the type of police that would funnel Jamaica deeper into crime and violence. That was the type of policing that would lead the people of Jamaica to not have any confidence in the police department. Because if the Prime Minister do not have any confidence in the police department, then how must the people? If the Prime Minister is telling the people of Jamaica that there's no police officer fit to be Commissioner of Police, how the people of Jamaica is going to believe that there's a police officer fit to be the Commissioner of Police? So now there's a change, there's a shift right now, where a police is actually the police commissioner and crime is down. And most people are saying that it's a lie, because most people want the Anderson type of policing. People, I want you to know this, that the Anderson type of policing only breed more criminals in Jamaica, because the Anderson type of policing was walk and shake the hands of criminals. And that's why this police officer was saying to me that police was shooting less people under the governance of Anderson, but now police are shooting more criminals under the governance of Kevin Blake. And why is that? Because Anderson is a soldier. Kevin Blake is a police. And Kevin Blake understands the dynamics of police. And Kevin Blake know that the soldier on the ground has to make a decision, the best decision by himself when he's on the ground, because he's the one in that situation. And Kevin Blake believes we must get rid of criminals at all cost. And Kevin Blake believes that if you come out the road with a gun, aiming to harm the police and harm members of the public, you get gunshot. You feel lift up. A criminal must be treated like a criminal. A criminal must not be treated like a banker. A criminal must not be treated like a nurse. A criminal is a criminal, and a criminal will never change. Most criminals do not change. They prefer dead. Because people become criminal because they are greedy most of the time. And because they do not want to work. So what? They become a menace to society. Jamaican criminals are terrorists. Jamaican policing in Jamaica is not a bed of roses, it's not a 666 thing. It's not a walk up and down with gun pan waist sticker and fire it. Real policing in Jamaica is hardcore policing. Real policing in Jamaica is walk around with a gun and make sure so you have to fire that to defend your life and defend members of the public life. Because them your boy and play for kill women and children and picnic and dog. And number one, they're not scared to take on the police. Because most of them are on drugs. Most of these gunmen are on drugs. And they come out there and they don't care if they die. Back in my day, we went for one of the Andem gang one morning. And when the boy was cornered in the house, you know what the boy did, people? The boy shot himself in the house. But when he shot himself, the boy was trying to shoot the gas cylinder and the bullet ricocheted and killed him. He was trying to shoot the cylinder to blow up the police. To take police with him. What that tells you? That we have some mad people in Jamaica. The criminals in Jamaica are mad people. That Jamaican society is sick. These criminals in Jamaica are sick. That Jamaican people do not value integrity anymore, and honesty anymore, and peace anymore, and quiet anymore. That these criminals values violence over everything else. And they value money over everything else. And they don't care what they need to do to make that money. If it is kill 100 people or 100 kids, they are going to do it. And one thing we know, you know. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight. You understand? And you can't bring your two long hand them to a gunfight. And you can't bring a 9mm to a assault rifle fight. And that is the type of policing that Andrew Holness was implementing in the first place when he brought Andy in, was that police should use rubber bullets. And police should bring 9mm to a assault rifle fight. Because he at that time did not believe that the police should equal up to the gunmen on the street. It was a setup for the government, for the JCF to lose the fight against crime. Because what you need to understand, you know, people, that these politicians don't care about the crime in Jamaica, the stats in Jamaica. All they care about is loaning their pockets with money. They could not care less. Because they know that the little licky people, come election time, is still going to vote for them. Because these people who votes, most of these people votes, you know, they are not even thinking about what this man is going to do for the country and what this man is presently doing for the country. They just vote because they name Labour right, or they just vote because they name PNP. None of these people don't sit down like me and say, if I am going to vote, what I'm going to vote for. Does this Prime Minister has a good commissioner of police? Does he have a good crime plan? Does he have a plan for employment in the country? How can the citizens of Jamaica benefit from this man in power? People don't think rational like that. You know, the majority of Jamaicans don't think rational like that. You see, a man just jump up and say, me a ban PNP, or me a ban Labour right. That is what we have in Jamaica. Ban PNP and ban Labour Right. Like none of you ban PNP. None of you no ban PNP and ban Labour Right. The last time I check on the ban as man and a ban as woman. None of you last name no PNP. None of you last me on the Labour Right. And this is the belief of most people in Jamaica. Let me tell you something, people. I was living in Kingston 13 for years and I've seen it. And I can remember when I joined the police department, I was approached by people in the Kingston 13 area to say that we need to take it to Sister P and Mr. Blakey. Because you are our police and you must under Sister P wing. So technically a man is telling me, say, because we come from Kingston 13 and I'm now a police officer, me automatically be a PNP. So me fi deal with Sister P, because me fi par with Sister P, and me fi be a PNP police. And I look at him and say, brother, no, me good. Because I am not a PNP police. And I am not a Labour Right police. I am a police officer first. And I'm a police officer not for politicians, but I was a police officer for the people in Jamaica. And even in Kingston 13, where I hail from, and joined the police department, these people know that, because when I just joined, people used to burn me out in the area, say me a informer, me a this and me a that. But then the older people accepted who I was because I still did my job. I don't make because me come from Kingston 30 to go do my job. Me still do my work. So people had to respect who I was. And that is the thing, most of us as police officers, we are looking cheap popularity. We are looking people to like us. As a police officer, I'm not looking nobody to like me. But why if you know when you see me come, go run up and down with your gun, go hide your gun and dash with your weed. And anything illegal you do, you stop doing that right away when you see me come. Even if me and you born in the same community and grew up in the same community, if you see me come and you do nothing illegal, you better stop right away. And if you have a gun and you may get you and me hold with that, you are going to prison. And if you pull up your gun like you want to shoot the police, you will be cut down. And I hail of bullets too. Because guess what? My job come first, and the people of Jamaica come first. The good law-abiding citizens in Jamaica come first. No gunman no come first. Them come last. A matter of fact, they no come nowhere on the table. Because every gunman in a Jamaica fi go down. Because they are a nuisance to the citizens of Jamaica. They are arresting the citizens in Jamaica. People can't go them feel like go. Especially in the 13. War broke out, people can't even come out of their house to go a shop. People have to sleep on the floor instead of sleep on their bed. And I have that experience. So how me feel like gunman? How me feel like gunman? But you see people, the thing is you have some police will love gunman because they licky and they love money. So people, I wouldn't say I would work for Anderson. Anderson tried his best. I believe he was a good man. But he was a puppet on a string. And I believe he tried his best. But Anderson's style of policing was more a 666 type of policing. It was about image. Anderson's style of police was more like image. How he wants Jamaica to view the police department. Now, Blake's style of policing is real policing. We don't care how you view the police department. What we care about is results and boots on the ground. We want more doors to be knocked in, more cars to be stopped. We want more people to be searched. We want more foot patrol out there. We want more mobile patrol out there. We want more good investigators out there. That is Blake's style of policing. And Blake's style of policing is bringing back the morale to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And if the Jamaica Constabulary Force morale is lifted, so will the results of crime in Jamaica. The appreciation of police is the depreciation of crime. I am going to say this to you once more, people. The appreciation of the police in Jamaica will be the depreciation of crime. I wonder if you understand me, people. Anderson did not appreciate the men and women under his command. His style of leadership was not for police. It was for criminals. Dr. Kevin Blake understands the dynamics of the police department. He understands what the morale of the men. He understands the pain and suffering of the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, because hell, he's one. He has been through the ranks. So he knows what to expect and he knows how to approach police officers. And right now, Jamaica is heading to a better change. Jamaica is heading to a positive way next year. Watch for this year. The police department's morale is high. Let us keep it on that pinnacle, people. Let's not let it fall.